Hi guys, and welcome to episode 5 of the Budget Scrambler build. So last time we got our exhaust made and we also did some gussets. So at the moment this middle section is looking a little bit empty and we're going to need something to protect the battery and keep the grit away from the air filter. So next up I'm going to be making this side panel. Fortunately, we've actually got a friend of mine's bike in at the moment and we've just finished making race plates for it, which are these. So I'm going to use this as the template to build mine off of. What I'm then going to do is bead roller a small oval and whack it on top like that, just to give it that Scrambler aesthetic. So I've got my two side panels cut out. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend them so that they fit the frame snugly. I'm going to bend them over my knee, so I'm just going to do tiny little tweaks in several directions until they fit on there and look really neat. Okay, so I've got the side panels bent to where they fit on the frame nicely. The next thing I need to do is to roll in this bead like this one has here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that out in permanent marker, then I'll set up the bead roller and I'll go about doing that. Okay, so I've just finished doing the bead rolling and sanded out any imperfections in the race plates. Next up, what I want to do is start mounting it onto the frame. So the way I'm going to do this is by taking some more scrap flat bar. I'm going to cut it and weld it into the frame at 3 points. After that, I will clamp on the race plate, drill through into the straps, tap a thread, and then I should be able to bolt all 3 points up. So that's our side panels done. Next we're on to the number boards. So I'm going to take my oval template and transfer it to sheet metal. After cutting out the oval, I'm going to bend it on the English wheel. So this will give it a compound curve, so it will bend both ways. Once I've done that, I'll take it over to the bead roller and I'll be able to roll in a nice looking bead all the way around the edge. So we're all done on the English wheel, and as you can see, this has made a small dish in the number board. Now this is something really small. It just helps to give it a little bit of shape and it's really important for the eye. So next up what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take this to the bead roller and I'm going to roll a nice thick bead all the way around the rim of this board. Right, so we've got our number boards done. So the next thing I want to do is start mounting them onto the side panel that we've already made. So you can see right here, I've just put in a little line to mark out where I want to put it. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut out a strip of metal so that I can mount this just slightly proud of the plate itself. Then I'm going to leave this bolted in and start welding the plate on top. I'm going to leave it in because I think having it braced by these bolts is going to help stop any warpage from the heat. Okay, so I've just tacked on that side piece and gone and test fitted it, and it fits bang on, which is a little bit weird. I'm a bit suspicious as to why. What's going to be hard next? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to complete the welding and the shaping on this piece, and then I'll take it to the side panel, start tacking it on there. Okay, so that piece is all made up now. I had a bit of trouble welding that. I'm not sure if there was some sort of contaminant in the metal, but anyway, it's done now. I've managed to put it back with a good old grinder, and it fits on pretty nicely. So my next step, I'm going to tack all that in place, then I'm going to weld it, and then I'm going to sculpt it, and then I'll have the other side to do. Seems I cursed myself in saying how easy that was. I knew it would be the case. In spite of leaving it bolted in, the heat has warped it. It's totally my fault. I used way too much weld and I got a bit carried away. But yeah, you can see now that panel is all over the shop. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this rear section here, because this is adding a lot of stability that I actually want to remove if I'm going to beat out this warpage. Then I'll be taking it over to the anvil and trying to work these out with a rawhide hammer. Okay, so I've managed to beat out most of the warpage, and I'm a little bit annoyed about that because that was something I was conscious of and I still managed to do it. So I'm going to make sure I don't do that on the next one. Anyway, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the next side. But on the other side, obviously, we made the exhaust that comes out here. So I'm going to have to cut a little portion of my race plate out so that it fits nicely over the exhaust. Okay, so I've just finished grinding down some of the welds on this side panel here. This one went a lot better. I actually forgot to film it, but I used a lot less weld and I actually cooled the weld in between using the air compressor. So it hasn't warped at all and it's still looking really good. I'm going to have to get a bit of filler on both panels if I want to sharpen up those edges, but that's no problem. Next I'm going to be moving on to these footrests. They're a pretty poor design if you ask me. There's a lot of leverage on them and I don't really think they're that strong. They might be fine for just resting your feet on, but the moment you come to stand up on them when you're doing a bit of scrambling, I don't know if they can be relied on. So I'm going to make up some pretty serious gussets and hopefully I can redesign the actual foot peg to make something a little bit grippier. So for those of you with a keen eye, you will notice that I have added some more holes into my shirt. What actually happened was I was cleaning something off with the wire wheel, it grabbed, sent itself into my shirt, and now I have a few more holes, which is fine because I burnt a hole in there yesterday. But anyway, I have two identical gussets made up here. The next step is going to be to bend them so that they match the footrests. If you can see those two kinks in there. After I've done that, I'll be welding them together and we should have a strong set of footrests. Okay, so I've made my indestructible foot peg brackets. Next up I need to make the actual foot pegs. They need to be strong and they need to be grippier. These are aluminium and there's not really a lot of meat on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate this fitting in 20mm steel bar and then I'll be able to make a steel foot peg that I can weld to that. Right, so I've created both the bases for the foot pegs. These basically mimic what the originals did. You pop them in and then they will pivot up and down and stop flat. So next up I need to make the foot pegs, which I'm going to weld onto here. So I've got this square tube which I've centre punched out and I'm going to drill holes all the way along here. After that I'll use a slitting disc and cut it down the middle of the holes. So that should create two pegs that have got little teeth in at the top. After that I'll be able to weld them onto here and we should be done. So I stupidly forgot to press the record button whilst I cut these down the middle. So yeah, you can see where I drilled them like that, and obviously now I've cut them, they come apart into foot pegs like that. I also set myself on fire again, so that's good. But anyway, I'm going to be putting in a middle row into these foot pegs. So I've just marked out this bit of strip metal. I'm going to drill that out, cut it down the middle, then I should be able to weld them into there. Then we'll have the basis for some good foot pegs. I've now cut out this middle section which matches the two existing pieces. I'm going to weld that in there. I've also drilled holes so that I can weld from the underside. I'll just fill them and grind them down afterwards. So that will be our third row in there. But this is going to be a horrible sharp edge and I really don't want that in case Ellie goes over and it goes into her ankle. That'd be pretty grim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this round bar and I'm going to recess it into there. I'll weld it in, cut it down to the round bar, and then I should be able to grind it in a nice manner so that it's a little bit softer. Just finished up on making the foot pegs. They've come out pretty nice. Was it a lot of effort? Yes. Should I have bought some? Probably. But I'm skint and I've got a lot of offcuts. So yeah, they've worked out pretty well. The next step will be to actually weld it to the folding mount like that. But what I'll do is I'll take it to the bike, tack it in place so that I know that they're going to be straight, and then I'll do the final welding. So our foot pegs are on now, they're nice and sturdy, they're going to be really grippy as well, and they still maintain folding, which is great. Race plate is looking really cool and serves a purpose as well. So that rounds us up for episode 5. Join us in episode 6, where I'm going to be making a new brake pedal, a bash plate, and I might even set myself on fire again. Thanks for watching, see you next time.